In this video, we are going to discuss about the medico-legal aspects of the wound in detail. And in the initial part of the video, we are going to brush back from our old memories. What is definition of a wound, definition of an injury, and to be precise, legal definition of an injury, followed by classification of injury, and in middle section of the video, what is homicide, and what are the types, what even the excusable homicide, what is justifiable homicide, and followed by other important legal provisions or otherwise important IPCs you need to remember. Definition of a wound. Wound is nothing but a break in a natural continuity of any tissue of a living body. And legal definition of injury is any harm whatever illegally caused to any person's body, mind, reputation, or property. And it has been defined under IPC number 44. Medical classification of a injury. Injury can be classified as medical classification, legal, and another is medico-legal classification of injury. In medical classification, it can be classified as mechanical, thermal, and followed by chemical injuries, and injuries caused by physical agents, and last is by explosions. And in mechanical injury, it can be divided into three sections. The injury that have been caused by a blunt force, and second is due to a sharp force, third is a firearm. And in blunt force, it can be of abrasion, contusion, laceration, and the fourth is fracture and dislocation. And injuries caused by sharp force, incised wounds, chop wounds, stab wounds. And by firearm, it can be of a firearm wounds. And in thermal injuries, again it can be divided into two, due to cold injuries and due to heat. And if it is due to cold, it is frostbite, trench foot, chilblains, and due to heat, burns and scars. In medical classification, again, chemical injuries caused by usage of chemical substances. It can be due to usage of corrosive acids, corrosive alkalis, or otherwise of corrosive salts. And due to physical agents, it could be of force, and it could be first and foremost is due to usage of an electricity, either of a high tension or on a low tension energy. And second is lightning, third is X-ray, and fourth is usage of radioactive substances. And in fifth, due to usage of explosives or explosive agents, and it can result in injury. And in legal classification, again, injury can be divided into three. One is first and foremost simple, grievous, and another is dangerous. And in medical legal classification of injury, suicidal, homicidal, accidental, fabricated, self-inflicted wounds, sixth is defense wounds, and seventh is antemortem or otherwise postmortem wounds. Slide number 7. And here definition of a hurt, and definition of hurt has been described in the 319 IPC. And any bodily injury or disease or any infirmity caused to any person. And here, as described, this medical legal provision, it is compulsory to remember along with the IPC number. And hurt, it has been described under 319 IPC. And coming to the word simple hurt or simple injury. In simple hurt, again, it has been not been defined in law. Any injury which is neither extensive nor serious, and injury that can heal rapidly without leaving any permanent deformity or a disfiguration is considered as a simple hurt. And when you come to the word grievous hurt, again it will be uploaded as a separate video or in a separate discussion. Nothing but it means of killing of a human being by another human being. And here, this is the main aspect of this video, and just pay an attention. And the previous whatever discussed has been just a repetition. And from now, the newer topics have been discussed. Homicide, it can be of two. One is of lawful homicide, another is of unlawful homicide. In lawful homicide, again it can be divided into two. One is justifiable homicide, another is excusable homicide. And when you talk about unlawful homicide, it can be divided into three. One is culpable homicide, not amounting to murder, IPC number 299, and culpable homicide amounting to murder, IPC number 300, and causing death by rash or any sort of a negligent act, then the IPC number is 304A IPC. These all three listed IPCs you need to remember, and with the definition, at least definition or an initial what does it explains by remembering at least these words more than sufficient for an undergraduate. And in lawful homicide, the subsection is justifiable homicide. Here, any person committing it is at no fault in legal sense. When a person commits it, there is no any fault at all in its part, and either an act being commanded or otherwise authorized by a law. By examples, you can easily even understand. First and foremost is a police officer killing an armed suspect who is shooting at him. And second is by an act of self-defense to protect himself from the offender. And third is any judicial execution, any judicial order which has been carried out by a person. Lawful homicide, justifiable acts. Justifiable homicide, first and foremost, a police officer killing an armed suspect who is about to shoot at him, right, to protect himself, or he has been commanded, or otherwise he has been authorized by law to use his revolver or an pistol for his self-defense or to protect the fellow human being. And second is judicial execution. A judgment has been passed, a capital punishment is about to be executed, wherein a jailer or otherwise a hangman performs his duty. So, an act committed by him is justifiable homicide, and there is no any legal sense that he is about to commit a crime. And coming to lawful homicide, some excusable conditions. And in excusable homicide, where it differs from justifiable homicide, in that one who commits an excusable homicide is fault at some degree. It differs from justifiable homicide, where excusable homicide is fault at some degree, but the fault is not enough to constitute a culpable homicide. The examples like when an act which has been committed by an insane person or otherwise a person suffering from a mentally illness. And second such is a child below 7 years of old commits a crime. He doesn't have a sound thought or any thought process, and he commits it, and he is fault at some degree, but it is not enough to constitute as a culpable homicide. And third is in a sport activity or otherwise in a contact sport, where an individual gives himself a consent for participating and he sustains an injury or due to an participation in a boxing or any other collision sports, and he suddenly been collapsed and died, then the opponent or the person is fault at some degree, but it is not enough to constitute a culpable homicide. Examples: inexcusable homicide, and a children with less than 7 years old, 11 years of old, carries a gun, fires out a offender or in a general public, and he is not liable for this act. And same such an act which has been underdone by a woman during a course of a rape to protect herself or to protect her modesty. He kills the offender, and then she is fault at some degree, but it is not considered as a culpable homicide. foremost, culpable homicide not amounting to murder, IPC 299, and a culpable homicide amounting to murder, IPC number 300. Third, death by cash or neglect act, IPC 304A IPC. Slide number 15. The explanation to a cold-blooded murder, where there is been presence of plan and there been an act of a conspiracy, and here the person want to take a revenge against his enemy. So he makes a plan and follows him for a long time and find him alone in a place. So he is about to execute his plan. So he kills him, and he has been trialed under IPC section 300 IPC. 300 IPC is nothing but culpable homicide amounting to murder. So if he has executed with a plan, with an act of conspiracy, and he has a sound knowledge that he is having an intention plus knowledge plus he has executed in a way that there is no any second thought or a second reasonable doubt regarding his plan of execution. And again, case filed under 300 IPC, and he will be punished under 302 IPC. And here the homicide has a highest culpability or a highest crime, or otherwise he is responsible in a larger way. Number 16. Here the issue is something different from a previous slide, where a person arrives at his home and he sees his wife with an illicit relationship with another guy, and he temporarily loses his control and kills both of them. And here the homicide is as a lesser culpability, where there is no any plan or there is no any conspiracy behind, where it is an event which has happened on the course. And here this is an example for a culpable homicide not amounting to murder. So he will be tried under 299 IPC, where there is an intention and there is a knowledge, but when you compare to a previous crime which has been committed, here it is of a lesser culpability, and if an individual will be trialed and he can get a punishment under 304 IPC. Again, this is an example where it explains about hot-blooded murder, and the IPC referring to this explanation in this slide is relating to 299 IPC, where it is about culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Number 17. Here we are going to discuss about 304A IPC, causing death by rash or negligence act. And first talking about first example, where a person who is being late and on the due course he is going to catch a flight for his next transit. On the road, he has made a collision with a pedestrian on the road, and where a pedestrian has sustained multiple injuries and fatal injuries. On the spot, he has been spotted as dead. Here, due to the negligence or due to the rash driving by the driver or by the person, and which has resulted in a death of a person. And here, he is responsible for his negligence, and in this case, there is no any plan, there is no any conspiracy behind a death which has happened only due to his rash driving or otherwise an act of a negligence. So he is responsible, and individual can be punished under 304A IPC. Where second scenario relating to a medical field, where a drug which has been reported with maximum side effects and in precautionary measures When and where this drug is about to be given to a patient, there should be a test dose given. But due to negligence on the part of a doctor, he has given the whole total dose of a drug in a single shot without taking a precautionary measure, or otherwise doctor forgets to give a test dose, and which has resulted in a death of the patient. Here, doctor is responsible for his negligence because he should have given a test dose, and followed by you need to wait for some time and to see for any allergic reaction. Then if there is no any allergic reaction, then he would have given a total dose. But in this case, no test dose has been no test dose has been done, and followed by he has given all of the drug in a single shot, which has made the individual to collapse. So here doctor is responsible for causing a death by rash and the act of a negligence, and he can be sued under, or he can be punished under 304A IPC. Another important IPC you need to remember. And coming to the actual explanation towards these IPCs. Alright, whatever we have seen in earlier part, that those were the examples and other. So coming to the actual IPC, IPC number 299, where it defines culpable homicide not amounting to murder, where whoever causes a death by doing an act with an intention of causing a death. And the point 2, with an intention of causing such bodily injury as likely to cause a death. And third is with the knowledge that he is likely by such act to cause a death and commits the offense of a culpable homicide. Here, two such words where the word like intention, word like knowledge, right? Intention and knowledge. How come these will serve a purpose, and what is intention and what is knowledge relating to the legal part, and it has been explained with the examples. Again, intention versus knowledge. So here we need to understand what is intention and what is knowledge, and by following examples, hope you can understand. So first we explain about intention. What is intention? First and foremost, there are two such individuals, one is A and another is B, and there have been a long time quarrel between these two persons, where they always indulge in an act of a fighting, either by physical or by verbal violence. So on one fine day, the fight has gone for an extreme state, where the nearby people separated them, and B has reached his home, and he went to his home, but A, he can't justify the act, and he want to commit an act, or to make a plan and a conspiracy against the person B, and he want to kill B. So when B was being locked in his home, so B went to his home, and he has been present inside, and A make a plan. So he locks his door from outside, and he sets the fire on house of resident of B. So B has no role, B has no way to escape from the fire. So because the door has been locked from the outside, it has been made by A, and he has made and executed on a plan well. So B has been reduced into ashes, and A has been reputed to be dead. So here, as a part of an intention, so A makes a plan. A knows that fire is alarming, and the fire can result in a death of a person. So by intention also, he has made a law that so during the course of burning, B can't leave his home. So he has made a plan and act of a conspiracy well. So act has been committed, B being a victim and A being charged of a culpable homicide. Here in case, comparing to the culpability, Here all the facts have been present, so it can be trialed under 300 IPC rather than 299 IPC. And coming to about knowledge, and second counterpart about knowledge here, A drives his car rashly after consuming alcohol in a sufficient quantity. So he loses control, and B being a pedestrian, and he has sustained an injury. So A has a knowledge where when and where an alcohol has been taken in a quantity, he can lose his control or he can lose his faculties, and he can collide with anyone on the road, and can make a grave injury. Here in case A has a knowledge and B being a victim. Again it being an act, for example, if being an accidental, purely accidental, A has not consumed even a single drop of alcohol, then it could be a death due to rash and negligence act, where here he has consumed alcohol and he knows that by consuming alcohol he loses control, so he has made an collision and which has made B to die. So again it is of a culpable homicide amounting to murder. Again it is of description towards, it leads to 300 IPC. In this slide we involve three personnel, one is A, B and Z. Z and A are in enmity, and they are in enmity where they went to visit a Z farm field, and Z is working behind the bush where A is aware of the situation, B is totally not unaware of the situation, where A induced B to fire at the bush, and here B is totally unaware. He thinks that there is only bush, there is no any person behind the bush. So he just pulls his trigger and fire at the bush. And here he is sustained a firearm injury, and he has been reported dead. And here we are about to fix the liability and who has highest degree of culpability or the charge of guilt of offense. So even though the act has been committed by B, he is of no guilty because he is not aware that Z is working behind the bushes, where A know Z been working in that area and he is totally aware of the situation, and he has an enmity and he has the premeditation and he is being guilt of offense. So here even though B has committed the offense, he is of no guilt, and whereby it is only by induction by the instruction provided by the A, he has fired at the bush, but accidentally it has inflicted an injury on Z. So A versus Z, but A versus Z here means they are in enmity, but A induced B to fire at a bush, B fires at a Z or at the bush, and it has inflicted injury on Z, and B is totally unaware, and B being no guilty, even though he will be charged as a culpable act of culpable homicide. So that's slide number 23. And coming to slide number 23, towards explaining IPC number 300. Here, murder is an offense or otherwise culpable homicide amounting to murder, where almost similar to the explanation provided under 299, but the wordings and other are little varying, and it has another two additional points here. First and foremost, there have been an intention of causing death. From the previous slide, we have learnt about what is intention and other explanation relating to the word intention. Secondly, and with an intention of causing death, such bodily injury as the offender knows that it can likely to cause a death to whom when a harm is being caused. Here, The word used like likely to cause. Likely to cause means a chance of probability of happening at an event or an event of death, which is 50-50 percentage of fatality. And here the other sections are other part of the subsection of 300 IPC. Thirdly, if it is done with an intention of causing bodily injury to any person and that bodily injury intended to be inflicted is sufficient in ordinary course of nature to cause a death. And the fourth is if a person committing an act knows that it is so imminently dangerous that must in all probability causes a death, and such bodily injury as likely to cause death and commit such act without any excuse for incurring risk of causing or an injury as said. Here, two new such words and rest other are probably you can understand. Here, sufficient in ordinary course of nature to cause a death, where individual with a sharp weapon and he has made a stab injury on the part of a chest region on ordinary course, it can likely or the act will be sufficient or highest probability being 80% where it can cause us to a death of a person. Or otherwise, for example, the individual has made a small cut injury on a part of a distal extremities where which will not lead to a on ordinary course which will not cause a death, but a same injury or even a severe injury which has been caused on a part of a vessel, it is more likely to cause a heavy bleeding and followed by a spot death or a collapse can occur. So, according to the place and according to the highest probability, it has been explained. And fourthly, imminently dangerous, and here the explanation being where a person commits an act with an intention where the it in here where there is no intention to cause death to any particular person, but extreme calculus towards the result and the risk that has been taken in extreme sense. For example, uh, a snake charmer is about to exhibit a snake to the general public. So the snake charmer has decided that to increase the audience attendance or to make a gracious support to his performance, he has made his snake to sit on the head of a public or the visitor who has been witnessing the scene. So here there is no any intention wherein a snake charmer doesn't want his audience to be killed, but he had made to sit a snake on the head of a public individual, and after some time, due to some great behavior by the snake itself, and which has bitten the public and which has caused the multiple stigmas on the patient on the public and which has resulted in a death of a person. Here there is no intention to the snake charmer, but he has a knowledge that when a snake or when a venomous snake which has been kept on another person, there is more likely it can bite a person. So again, it is imminently dangerous, and that is the explanation towards point number fourth. And there are some situations where culpable homicide is not a murder, and if those acts have been performed, uh, it can be an exception to a culpable homicide. First and foremost, any act which is caused by an undergrave and under sudden provocation. And second, such is in good faith of the right of a private defense of a person or his property. Point number three, for the advancement of a public justice. Fourth is without any pre-medication. And point number five, when a person above 18 years takes a risk of his death with his own consent. Here, all five, these are five exceptions where culpable homicide is not a murder. And if you notice, there are some unique feature where all the letters which starts with a letter P, where it is of sudden provocation. Remember the letter, first letter P, and second such is by an act of a private defense or by the property, public justice without any premedication, and from the permission by the person above 18 years. So by next few slides we can explain each and every point. First and foremost, under sudden, under grave and sudden provocation, and example for a hot-blooded murder, and same such. Remember as culpable homicide is not a murder, right? And hope if I explain the same, it will be a waste of data for you. And the explanation which has been given in earlier slide, and it stands still. And the second such is an act which has been committed without any premedication or in the right of a private defense of a person or a property. Here, a female is being sexually assaulted by the group of people, and a female takes any weapon nearby and he kill all the persons on the scene. So here it is often a good faith and for an act of a right of a private defense, an act which has been committed. So here in case this act will not be considered as a culpable homicide amounting to murder. Instead, it will be considered as only in a culpable homicide, not amounting to murder, where a person risks his life for a death with his own consent, where individual gives a permission. So, where any person aging above 18 years can give a consent to suffer from a harm, where he participates in a boxing event where he sustains multiple injury and he has been reported dead. Later part, the opponent or the other counterpart boxer will not be charged under murder. Instead, he will be charged under culpable homicide, and where person has given a consent to participate, and he can be even released within a least amount of terms of punishment or even no punishment. And fourth example, where an advancement of a public justice, where a police officer can save his guarding his VIP, where a mob arrives at a VIP and the mob is about to kill a VIP. Police officer guarding the person takes his firearm and he fires at the public to save the VIP, where it is commanded by the law, and he has executed an act of a culpable homicide, which is not a murder. Slide number 28. There are other examples. Again, it don't be that necessary for an undergraduate to remember all of these. At least some can be remembered first and foremost, and these are other exceptions for a culpable homicide, not to a murder. And first and foremost, any excusable act where first and foremost mistake of a fact itself, where it has been described under IPC number 76 and 79. And second such is incapability, either due to insanity or due to a state of intoxication or an offense which has been committed by an infancy or otherwise in a pediatric age group. And an excusable act by an act of an accident, right? So I have mentioned only the IPCs, and I won't detail each of the IPCs, and you can see those in the description section, and relating IPCs or the explanation to each of the IPCs, and at least you need to remember these three sections at least to be remembered. First and foremost, due to insanity, and IPC 84 states that an act of a person during a state of unsoundness of mind who has committed an act, and he won't be responsible. In state of intoxication, again IPC 85 and in 86, where by the reasons of intoxication there is incapable of judgment, whatever may be the act they involve, and in those circumstances, again, it will be an act of an excusable, where they won't be punished of an offense. And IPCs relating to 82 and 83 IPC. An act of a children under 7 years of age, then it is 82 IPC, and 83 IPC where an act of a child above 7 years under 12 years of immature understanding, then again whatever an act has been committed, they won't be charged of an offense. Instead, they will be prosecuted and they will be sent to a Barossa school for rehabilitation. And again, I repeat, these IPC's descriptions have been provided in the description section below in the part of the video. And even you can quote these IPCs and refer through on Google, or even there are IPCs apps available, and even IPC PDFs are available in it. And by typing these IPCs numbers, you can find the suitable explanation below. And only thing, and if I start explaining each of the thing with an example, then the length of the video will be longer, and the audience will lose the attention. And coming to other relating to exceptions, where an act of a justifiable act, and in judicial by the act of a judge, or act done in a pursuance to a order of a court by the necessity and with the consent, without consent, communication, trifles, private defense. Again, the IPCs have been quoted in brackets, and the explanation part will be provided in the description section. And just read once and again. For an undergraduate, we need to remember this section alone. IPC starting from 87, 88, 89 and 92 IPC, rest other won't be that necessary for an undergraduate to remember. And a big section of IPC relating to private defense, and the explanation towards private defense which has been provided in the earlier part. And these IPCs number alone enough, but the explanation relating to these IPCs you need to remember. Slide number 30. Other legal provisions granted by IPC. Here, only the most important IPCs have been discussed, and for an undergraduate to remember, and even too difficult, either by reading once or twice, you can recall, rewrite, and remember those IPCs. In future time, there will be a mnemonic video where how to remember those IPCs will be posted in short due of time. And just subscribe to our channel. Even you can follow those videos in future. And first and foremost, 302 IPC, a punishment for a murder, where 300 IPC defines murder, and 302 and 303 gives punishments. And first and foremost, 302, where death or in imprisonment for a life, and associated and also with a fine. And 303 IPC, where this is only section in the entire IPC where a death has to be given, and there is no fine, a punishment by only life convict. And the capital punishment, and you know what is capital punishment. And these two IPCs are relating to punishment for a murder. 304 IPC, where punishment for a culpable homicide not amounting to murder has been described. And 304 is something different. 304 IPC is towards culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Individual who has been charged under or who has been about to be punished may get a maximum of life imprisonment, or otherwise up to 10 years, and also fine. And 304 IPC, causing death by negligence, where whoever causes a death of any person by doing a rash or negligent act not amounting to culpable homicide shall be punished for a term which may extend to 2 years or even fine, or both. these two IPCs again we need to remember by heart. And other like 305, 306, 7, 8, and 9. And here one such thing is almost similar when you compare 305 to 308. Imprisonment up to 10 years have been almost uniformity, and not of that importance for an undergraduate to remember each and every section of this slide. Just if you read once, and even I just flip through, you need not read the entire slide. And other important IPs again, which has been highlighted when you compare to the previous slide, it has been not, it is of full of black, and here it has been highlighted. Again, these IPCs you need to remember: 321 voluntarily causing a hurt, and 322 IPC voluntarily causing a previous hurt. And in further in the videos in future, we will see what is previous hurt. And 320, 323 IPC punishment for voluntarily causing a hurt, and for where punishment is 1 year with or without fine up to 1,000 rupees. And other IPCs, slide number 35, 324 IPC, punishment for voluntarily causing hurt by a dangerous weapon or by any means, where punishment is of 3 years. And 325 IPC, punishment for voluntarily causing grievous hurt, 7 years and also fine. Imprisonment for 7 years and with or without fine. And 326 IPC, punishment for voluntarily causing grievous hurt by with the help of dangerous weapons or means. The punishment is 10 years and also fine. Again, which has been highlighted, and here again you need to remember. Again, this will be explained along with the part of video where we discuss grievous hurt in detail. Thank you so much for your patient listening. If there have been any doubt regarding any of the content which has been discussed in the video, kindly address those in the comment section below, or otherwise in the social media links provided in the description section. And don't forget to read about the IPCs which has been discussed in which has been detailed in